It is a chilly Saturday in January, but it is hockey night in Fitchburg. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Wallace Civic Center on John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg, where tonight the Red Raiders of Fitchburg Monty Tech will take on the Blue Knights of Lunenburg. Ayer-Shirley. I'm John Gugerty, joined, of course, by Dan Bullock. And Dan, the Red Raiders are the road team tonight as they come in with a record of 5-0 on the season.
Indeed, they will be wearing the road red uniforms, and this is also functionally the championship game of the Bushnell tournament that we were supposed to have in full last week. We had one game last week between Fitchburg Monty Tech and Leominster. That was the opening leg of that tournament. Then Leominster played Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley the following day. That game ended in a 1-1 tie. LAS won the shootout. And as we know, Fitchburg Monty Tech 9 days ago took down Leominster 6-3 in a game that was pretty close until the final minutes.
Hardware on the line in this one. Fitchburg again coming in with a record 5-0 on the season. They have not allowed a goal, Dan, in their last two games rather. You mentioned that 6-3 victory over Leominster. They've also since beaten Gardner and Littleton 3-0 and 4-0 the finals respectively. On the other side, Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, they come in with a record 1-3-1 on the season. Their only victory, a win over St. Bernard's back on December the 18th. They tied against Leominster on New Year's Eve. Their last game this past Wednesday, a 4-2 loss to Worcester.
Yep, and that one, Ben Short had 2 goals. He's got a team-high 6 on the season for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. The 8th grader, the son of head coach Eric Short, has really contributed a lot to this LAS offense. Number 9 has been very much a goal scorer's number for the Blue Knights over the last few years, and Ben Short happily taking that role.
Ben Short, also Ryan Strout, a leading scorer for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. He comes in with 6 points on the season, 3 each goals and assists. Other side of the ledger for Fitchburg Monty Tech, it's 22-23. Sam Jaramillo and Riley LeBlanc. LeBlanc, one of the captains for these Red Raiders. He comes in with 13 points on the season, 8 goals and 5 assists. Jaramillo mostly assists, as he has 10 points, 7 assists, but he also has 3 goals on the year.
Jaramillo's played about 20 high school games and already has 25 career points. A tremendous sophomore for the Red and Gray, Sam Jaramillo.
Jaramillo, a sophomore. Just in general, Dan, not that many seniors on this team for Fitchburg Monty Tech. You know, there are a few: Robert Brogan, Liam Hickey, Cam Sullivan, Nick Triolo. But, you know, you look at the primary goal scoring. Again, we mentioned Jaramillo's a sophomore. Riley LeBlanc's a freshman. Colin Hines is a sophomore. You know, a lot of young players not necessarily leaning on the seniors for Fitchburg Monty Tech.
Yes, there are definitely a lot of young talent there. We also see Jacob Pruno, he's a sophomore as well. Tyler Broussard, a junior. There's a lot of young talent on this Fitchburg Monty Tech team. That really bolstered them to a great finish last year in Pod 2, just getting so many young players to come in and contribute immediately. They had 4 freshmen, essentially, who could score at will, it seemed. And when you've got a pipeline like that, that just makes it so much better in terms of competing year in and year out. For Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, they graduated a lot of players from last year. I remember doing that senior night game and giving the stories of all of the seniors they had, and there were quite a lot. Coach Short has acknowledged it is kind of a rebuilding season, a 1-3-1 mark to start the campaign. They have 5 8th graders on their team. They have 7 freshmen on their team. But as we mentioned, Ben Short, one of those 8th graders, he's been contributing big time already in his first varsity season.
And if you're a fan of Lunenburg High School, and there are a number of those in attendance here at the Civic Center, but if you're a fan of these Blue Knights, it's really got to be encouraging, not just for this season, but going forward. You know, your leading goal scorer this far into the season is an 8th grader. You know, what are the next 2, 3, 4 years going to look like in the high school hockey career of Ben Short?
That's going to be something that will be exciting to watch for this LAS team. They may be rebuilding, but they have been very much competitive in these games. And the goaltending's been pretty interesting. Garrett Hakey, last time we saw him, was on New Year's Eve against Leominster. He made 50 saves in 50 minutes.
50 saves in one game for Garrett Hakey. A very impressive performance. Of course, if you talk about impressive goaltending in this game, you would be remiss if you did not mention Devin McGivern. 5 games, 5 starts, 5 wins, already 3 shutouts for the senior netminder. The Monty Tech Bulldog will be in goal for Fitchburg Monty Tech tonight.
And for Devin McGivern, who came into the season with just one career game of varsity experience, stepping up in that role and running with it.
It's been a very impressive start to the season for Devin McGivern, as it has been for all of these Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. Again, they come in with a record 5-0 on the year. They were 8-3-4 in the abbreviated 2021 season. And let's see the starting lineups for both teams.
The Raiders traditionally don't skate out
Center
to the blue line when they announce
Sam
them.
Jaramillo.
See, Riley LeBlanc, Sam Jaramillo.
Left wing, number 20, Colin Hines.
And Colin Hines will be the starting forwards.
Defense, number 24, Peter Stevens. Defense, number 21, Wyatt Peters. And in goal for the Raiders, number 1, Devin McGivern. The head coach is Steve Lowney. For the Blue Knights at right wing, number 4, Logan Martin. Center, number 9, Ben Short. Right wing, number 16, Ryan Strout. Defense, number 12, Nick Fortier. Defense, number 24, Sean McGrath. And in goal, number 33, Garrett Hakey. The head coach for the Knights is Eric Short. Tonight's officials, Paul Marshall and Kyle McCoy. Before we get to the national anthem, special announcement, a 10th grade hockey player from the state of Connecticut, St. Luke's School, was Thursday involved in a tragic accident that cost him his life. So at this time, I would ask you all to send your prayers and a moment of silence for Teddy Balkind of St. Luke's in Connecticut. Thank you. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, students, I'd ask you all to please stand as we honor our nation and the flag with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Hockey Night in Fitchburg here on FATV, coming to you live from the Wallace Civic Center on John Fitch Highway in Fitchburg. Of course, this game live streaming as well, fatv.org. Obviously, a lot of folks interested in this one unable to attend because of gestures vaguely at everything. A family-only crowd, but honestly, Dan, a very good-sized crowd considering that restriction.
I think the team's definitely using it as much as they can, trying to get as many people in as they are permissible. And yes, a very nice crowd from the LAS side, and we can see a pretty solid crowd on the Fitchburg Monty Tech side as well.
Again, Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, the Blue Knights, the home team in this game. They will be in the home whites trimmed with blue. Fitchburg Monty Tech on the right side of your screen in the brick trimmed in white. got to say, Dan, those are very attractive jerseys worn by the Red Raiders.
This is the third season they've had them, and they look just as good every year as they did the previous year. Love seeing them out there in those kits. As the Blue Knights win the draw, dump it into the zone. Logan Martin in the left wing corner, dispossessed of the puck. Raiders will try to bring it up ice on the far side. Riley LeBlanc finding Colin Hines into the left circle. Hines with the shot. It's cut down in front. May have gotten to the goalkeeper and Garrett Hakey, but ultimately cleared out of the zone. Peter Stevens at his own red line will dump it in and around. And going to retrieve it behind the net is Sean McGrath.
You mentioned Hakey, 50 saves in that game against Leominster. He has a very nice mark overall. 69 saves against 75 shots on the season, making his third start of the year is the sophomore Hakey.
Yep, he has rotated with Kyle McGrath in goal throughout these first 6 games of the campaign. It is his turn to take the goaltending duties, and that is what he's doing today. Red Raiders back in their own end. Sam Jaramillo will skate around his own circles for Hines. Hines with the pass up is knocked down by the Blue Knights and Josh Agnes. Not much accomplished there as it's stuck in the neutral zone. Red Raiders getting a couple bits of personnel from the second line out there. Liam Hickey with the skate in there. Jacob Pruno and Tyler Broussard on this line for the Red Raiders. And Pruno taken out on the blue line on his own end on the far side. Pass up taken away and brought up 2-on-2. This is Pruno on the right side. He takes the shot and the stop made by Hakey, and he'll hold for a draw. Minute 29 in.
Dan, you and I had a very nice moment not too long before the start of this game with Mark Pruno, the father of Jacob Pruno. He actually pulled us aside and extended his gratitude to us and all of us here at FATV for the work that we've done, not just this year, but in the past, covering hockey and all the sports here. So we thank him for that. It's very much appreciated. It's good to know there are folks out there watching.
Indeed, and it was an honor for us to be able to bring all 15 games from last year live on these airwaves. Zach Robillard will go and retrieve the puck for the Red Raiders. Skated around to the near side as Agnes is on him for LAS. And the tag team dispossession, the shot from Agnes blockered away by McGivern. That'll be his first save of the contest. Pruno trying to backhand on the far side. Intercepted turnaround shot is whiffed on by the Blue Knights. And now it's going to be the Red Raiders bringing it up again. That is Robillard on the right side. A lot of stick battling there and ultimately taken by LAS. They'll backhand it down the ice into the zone, but from behind the red line, so it will be icing. LAS will complete their line change as they don't make you keep the same skaters out there in high school.
12:50 to go first period, no score. Shots one apiece as we get underway. Teams just kind of feeling each other out right now, Dan.
Indeed, and as we mentioned, LAS against Leominster, a team that Fitchburg was able to handle pretty well. The shots in that game were, I think, 51-23, something in that territory. The transitive opponent theory would think that Fitchburg Monty Tech has probably got the edge in terms of offensive firepower in this game, but we're going to have to see how these teams deal with things. It's a shot, bad angle from the right wing corner, hops off the side of the net, and brought up here by Ryan Stroud on the right wing. Knocked down, Ben Short kept it in the zone. Second effort, though, clears it to the red line, where Nick Fortier has his pass intercepted by Ryan Lieneberry. Lieneberry skating it around to the right wing corner, and he gets tangled up with a Red Raider. Big hit laid out there. Shot from the right point is stopped by Hakey. On the left side, Strout goes for the long shot, and McGivern gets the 5-hole closed just in time. Just trying to track it the best he could, and he is able to make the save on that. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Battle 4 on the blue line. LAS will push it up. And a shot kicked away by McGivern off the stick of Antonio Romano for the Blue Knights. Peter Stevens in his own left wing corner. Backhands it to his defense partner in Zach Plunkett. Plunkett with the pass for Hines. Slows it down just a little bit at the red line and will chase it. He'll get the puck on that left side. Gets a backhand shot trying to pick that top right corner, just went a bit too high. Plunkett in the right circle, trying to get a shot off. A lot of sticks there, not letting him get the release. Jaramillo on the right side will take it for the Red Raiders, push it behind the net. And dug out for Riley LeBlanc, trying to center in front, and Jaramillo could not get his stick on the puck.
Tyler Fortier was the right man in the at the right time there. I think he got his skate on that, maybe not entirely intentionally, but Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will definitely take it.
Well, over 4 minutes gone in the first period. No score. Shots 3-2 in favor of LAS. Jaramillo with the shot blocked. And that was Tyler Fortier again, I do believe.
That one was a little bit more intentional.
Indeed. Ben Short trying to backhand along the boards. Brady Madigan, one of the 3 captains for the Blue Knights, will pass it along, but taken at the blue line by Robillard. On the left side, Jaramillo trying to backhand towards goal, but 2 Blue Knights in the way. Not going to let that pass. And clear it out again. Robillard will go and retrieve back in his own end. Slams it around the boards. Riley LeBlanc unable to get to it on the initial ricochet, but able to win control of the puck and take it right out in front and score! 9th goal of the season for Riley LeBlanc.
Just a beautiful little give and go. Left LeBlanc 1-on-1 with Garrett Hakey. Faked left, went right. Hakey bit. There was nothing he could do. And as you said, Riley LeBlanc, his 9th goal of the year, gives the Red Raiders the 1-0 lead.
I believe that was Tyler Brassard down there as well, with some great stick handling and some great play to spring LeBlanc and give him that opening, that space to operate. He should pick up his 4th assist of the campaign, and the Red Raiders off and running. In the right wing corner, Pruno backhands it around, originally looking for Peters, but Jaramillo will push it along. And taken all the way down to the LAS zone where Nick Gamble will push it along, intercepted by Liam Hickey. He gets the shot off and the stop made by Hickey.
Gamble made a very risky bet there. He was trying to pass it back to a teammate, but Liam Hickey was there to intercept. Gamble didn't even look before he sent that puck back. It was very nearly a costly turnover for the Blue Knights.
At 4:52.
And the scoring confirmed on that. LeBlanc's 9th goal of the season, Brassard's 4th assist at 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Opens the scoring. It's another chance in front. Nothing doing there for Brassard, but he's going to try to take control of the puck in the left wing corner. Delayed call coming. And a hook has been indicated. We'll have our first power play of the contest with 9:27 to go in the first. Waiting to see who the penalty's supposed to be on. And it is Nick Gamble who will sit for 2 minutes or less.
I have a new measurement for whether or not my jokes land. It's whether or not they crack up Travis, who's running the camera for us tonight. That one did, so I'm 1 for 1.
Raiders will have their first power play of the contest. They had 2 power play goals in the game against Leominster.
You have to acknowledge me sometime. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just chose not to there.
Tonight's penalty number 13, Nick Gamble, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty, 5:33, first period. Gamble hooking at 5:33.
5 forward offense for the Red Raiders on their top unit of the power play. That one intercepted. Could be an odd man break, depending on the speed. Here is Strout from the top of the left circle. Gets the shot off. Stopped by McGivern. Waited a moment to see if he wanted to play on. He didn't want to, and so he'll take the draw.
Strout took advantage of the opportunity there, which is what you have to do when you're shorthanded. Fitchburg Monty Tech gives you something. You've got to take it and run. Don't know how many chances you're going to get.
Tyler Fortier's shot flubbed on. Red Raiders will have it and will try to reset and regroup. 1:10 to go on their first power play of the contest. 8:35 to go in the first. 1-0 to the red and gray. Jaramillo in the left circle. Now into the corner. Stops, leaves for Liam Hickey. Looking in front, looking for the redirection, and a good chance there had Hickey scrambling a little bit.
There's a very short angle on that centering pass.
Jaramillo on the right side at the point. Tried to pass for Hines in the slot. That was behind him. And the puck makes its way to the right wing corner. Hines will retrieve it there. 37 to go on the power play. Hines in the corner, wants Hickey. That pass mishandled a little bit. Hickey will eventually get it, but in the left wing corner had to skate a little bit for it. On the right side, top of the circle, shot was blocked. Second chance, I think, blocked as well. That was Ben Short getting in the way of that. Jacob Pruno in the right circle, pounding it along for Hickey. Hickey with a nice backhand feed. Shot is stopped by Hakey, and the rebound is cleared out of the zone.
Jaramillo just couldn't get that one settled, Dan. He had a golden opportunity, but the puck just bounced away.
And just enough time on the release that Hakey was able to get the 5-hole shut and make his 4th save of the contest. Penalty is up to Gamble. The Blue Knights back to full strength as we just pass halfway in this first period of play.
Was even for the first couple of minutes, but really in the last 3 or 4, Fitchburg Monty Tech is starting to assert themselves.
Riley LeBlanc with the pass. Jaramillo pitchforks it back to the far side. LAS tries to clear with the high float out, but it's kept in the zone. Of course, the Red Raiders getting a little crossed up on who should actually take that puck. Fortunately, they'll take advantage of the icing.
Just a desperation clear there. There was a very obvious chance for a 3-on-1 in favor of the Red Raiders. Blue Knights were not having that. They'll take the face-off in their own end. Thank you very much.
You heard the buzzer right there. The penalty box door didn't shut all the way, so Jim LaPointe, our PA announcer and scorekeeper, getting the attention of the official, who will shut the door there. Don't want any bad accidents to happen there with those penalty box doors. There's no penalty box attendance in high school. Would it even be recommended with everything that's going on?
Probably not.
Shot goes just wide of the cage from Preston Campaner. On the left side, moved around to the boards on the near side. It comes. Raiders trying to push it out of the zone. And they'll make their way from Robert Brogan. Brogan skating up ice, trying to take it all the way towards goal. Gets it to the paint at least, and Hakey will cover.
I don't know if that was a shot so much as the puck just finally rolling away from the stick, and Hakey reached forward and was like, yeah, I should cover this up.
Not going to take any chances there. 6:16 to go, first period, 1-0 to the Red Raiders on the 9th goal of the season for Riley LeBlanc. He has the last 4 goals that the Red Raiders have scored in this campaign. Had a hat trick against Littleton Bromfield a few nights ago. Centered into the slot now. Pruno gets a shot off, stopped by Hakey. Dangerous rebound. Was loose in the paint, but cleared away by the Blue Knights.
It was an easy goal if there was anybody there. Fortunately for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, the Red Raiders were not.
Pruno can't get that pass going anywhere. LAS will try to push it out of the zone. Wyatt Peters settles it at the red line, dumps it back in, glove down by Sean McGrath. His pass intercepted and eventually found its way out of the zone. But back to the red line it goes. Red Raiders will dump it right back in. Takes a hop on the backboards. And the Blue Knights will try to push it out of the zone. They get to the red line. That's as far as they can get. As again, the Red Raiders will dump it right back in and they'll chase.
Dan, there's nobody in the penalty box, but it just feels like LAS is playing shorthanded right now, doesn't it?
They're having a lot of trouble getting it towards the Red Raider half of the ice. Finally do briefly, but taken by Peters and put right back in. And how about the same thing again? They are really struggling to gain territory right now, and there's a nice takeaway there. As it's LeBlanc tries to feed off for Jaramillo, just didn't get enough oomph on that pass. And Hakey was able to knock it down with his stick and cover for a draw. 4:49 to go, first period, 1-0, Fitchburg Monty Tech.
Looked like he waited until the last possible minute to get that pass away. If he had gotten a little more velocity behind it, Jaramillo would have been able to walk it into the net. But as it was, Hakey was able to break it up and draw the faceoff.
Hakey with 7 stops. The sophomore goalkeeper, his first varsity season for the Blue Knights. As there's a shot shouldered away by McGivern and into the netting and out of play.
It's the first shot in what feels like 5 minutes of hockey for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley.
They've had a lot of trouble gaining any sustained pressure in the Fitchburg Monty Tech end. I think that's been a testament to how solid this defense has been to support their senior goalkeeper in Devin McGivern. McGivern coming in with a .955 save percentage and a goals against of an even 1. 5 goals conceded in 5 games played. He's also got 3 clean sheets.
Mentioned it's been over 2 games now since the Red Raiders conceded a goal. Won their last 2 by a combined 7-0. They already lead 1-0 here with 4:20 to play in the first period.
That puck just barely makes it to the goal line, and it'll be called icing. No touch icing in force in high school ice hockey. Brings the draw back to one side of McGivern. 4 1/4 minutes to go in the first frame. So another draw to the right of the senior goalkeeper. The draw won by LAS, but a shot goes off a leg and behind the net. Raiders will clear it out. Hopped over the stick of LeBlanc, but now into the zone. LeBlanc trying to get there, beat Jake Waldron to the puck. And behind the net it'll go for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Tries that centering pass, but it goes off a leg in front and pushed up ice. It will be Madigan who will float into the zone. McGivern just trying to push it along a little bit for Zach Robillard. Robillard with a nudge. Riley LeBlanc trying to keep control of the puck. So he was shouldered into the boards there. LAS tags up, regains the zone. There's a shot from the point, and it's snared by McGivern. That one coming off the stick of Brady Madigan.
Seemed like everyone but Madigan had the thought that the puck was going back up ice in the direction of the Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley goal. For a moment, it was him one-on-one with Devin McGivern. Decided to take the wrister from distance, didn't get it in.
Now here's Gamble with the shot. That one's blocked by Lunenburg. Could be numbers back the other way. Kyle Gendron into the zone from the left circle. He had 2 goals against Leominster on the eve of New Year's Eve. Gendron protecting the puck. Moving out for the bad angle shot. He scores!
Garrett Hakey can't believe it. Quite frankly, I can't either.
The only reason I said he scores is because the referee pointed.
Yeah, I think the referee and maybe the goal scorer were the only ones who knew the puck was in the back of the net.
Dude, I said it. I didn't feel very confident saying it, but the Red Raiders have scored to make it 2-0. On a shot from the goal line that just snuck its way past the goalkeeper Hakey. That's how Liam Hickey got the winning goal against Leominster just 9 days ago. I think it was Gendron who got the goal there, but we'll wait for confirmation. There's so many things that you run through your mind as one of the Blue Knights gets bowled into the Red Raider net, and a penalty will come from it.
Well, Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley has had so much trouble getting pucks in the net, they figure they'll just throw themselves in, see if that does anything. It stopped the game for a minute.
And Zach Plunkett will be found guilty.
Maybe Zach Plunkett had a hand in sending the man into the net.
He'll sit for tripping. 2 minutes in the House of Pain. And LAS will have their first power play of the contest. Being outshot 9-6 and outscored 2-0. And it's a quick clear for the Red Raiders. And now here's Riley LeBlanc, who's going to have a shorthanded breakaway, but he lost a handle on the puck. Trying to turn nothing into something.
Zach Plunkett, 2-minute minor for tripping, time of the penalty, 12:17 of the first period. That was Plunkett for the Raiders, 2 minutes for tripping at 12:17.
So that's the announcement of the penalty, leading to this first power play for LAS. Having trouble regaining the zone again. There's already 30 seconds gone on this man advantage. Agnes will dump it in. Wyatt Peters will try to get there first, but Agnes is going to be able to take control of the puck. Tries that bad angle shot, but he puts it over the net. So little space to shoot for there. As Ben Short on the right half boards. Backhands it off the boards into the corner. Now on this right point, Jake Waldron for Agnes. Short behind the net. 6 goals on the season for the 8th grader.
I think he had the idea to try the wraparound there, but Fitchburg Monty Tech defended it well.
And Jaramillo's going to have a one-on-one here. Jaramillo, his shot is blocked by Nick Fortier. Sticking right with the man there and positioning his body in the right place to disrupt that. Riley LeBlanc trying to do some more disruption there for the Red Raiders, killing more penalty time. 25 to go on the man advantage, 105 to go in the first, 2-0. the Red Raiders lead.
1 minute, last minute of play, first period.
Wyatt Peters behind his own net for LeBlanc. 10 to go on the power play for LAS, but Fitchburg Monty Tech's rushing up like they've got it. And Jaramillo try to control the puck for a few seconds more. Cleared out to the red line. Penalty is up to Plunkett. And the Red Raiders come back to full strength as the bench door for the penalty box just stays wide open. They'll fix that at the next whistle. 30 seconds to go in the period. LAS, no shots on that power play. Nothing on target. Preston Campaner, as he skates around the official who goes over to correct the penalty box door. Shot from the left dot, goes behind the net. Picked up by the Raiders, and they'll try to skate it up with 5 seconds. Here's Pruno. Tries to get it on for LeBlanc. Not going to have enough time to get another shot off. Buzzer will sound, bringing us to the end of the first period of play. And a 2-0 lead for Fitchburg Monty Tech.
A lot of times, Dan, you get to the end of a period or a quarter in football and you say one team is, lucky the score is so tight or, not really deserving the big lead they have. 2-0 Fitchburg after one period feels about right, honestly. The Red Raiders have really dominated this first period of play. It was even for the first couple of minutes. We mentioned the teams were just sort of feeling each other out. But those last, 10, 12 minutes of the first period, which really was the majority of the period, Fitchburg Monty Tech just looks like the better team. And, that feels like a simplistic analysis, but it also feels like an accurate one.
For Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, of the 22 players they have on their roster, 12 of them are freshmen or younger. So there is sort of a lack of experience, if you will, and probably a lack of size as well that stems from that. But that was the big thing I took away, was that LAS really struggled to get offensive zone time. They really struggled to sustain pressure in the Red Raider end. And the Red Raiders do have a pretty, a much older roster, you could say. They have a decent number of seniors, 6 juniors, so 15 upperclassmen from my count. And that, I think, plays a role as well. A little more experience there, a little more street smarts, if you will.
Absolutely, and honestly, it kind of felt like Fitchburg Monty Tech always had one more skater on the ice than they actually did. When they were shorthanded, when they were down, when Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley had the power play, it kind of felt like even strength. The Blue Knights had a couple chances, the Red Raiders had a couple chances, but when it was even strength, it felt like the Red Raiders were on the power play. There was a period of maybe 4 or 5 minutes right in the middle of that first period where Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley just could not get, don't even talk about getting the puck in the net or even getting shots off. They couldn't get across the red line reliably. It was always, take a long pass out, that pass bounces off somebody's stick, and Fitchburg Monty Tech's right back in the zone. And Fitchburg Monty Tech's right back in the zone.
Great sustained pressure from Steve Lowney's team in the first period, and they've got that 2-0 lead that is, I think, indeed well-earned. So I think now's a good time to take a break.
Absolutely. We will take the first intermission. We'll be back in, about 10 minutes or so. But don't go anywhere. It's only the first period. It is Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV. Hockey Night in Fitchburg continues here on FATV. John Gugerty joined, of course, by Dan Bullock. Fitchburg Monty Tech leads the Knights of Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, those Blue Knights, by a score of 2-0 after one period of play. And Dan, as we said at the end of the first period, that really feels like the right score.
Feels about right indeed. Fitchburg Monty Tech definitely had the run of possession in that first period of play, and they were rewarded with 2 goals. Riley LeBlanc got his 9th of the year on some great playmaking from classmate Tyler Brassard. That made it 1-0, and then Kyle Gendron, shades of the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals, scored a goal and nobody really knew it.
Hey, the official knew it, and that's what matters, right?
The official did know it. He pointed to the net, and I think he was the only one in the building who knew it.
Well, hey.
But
if you've got to pick one person to know that there's a puck in the net, the referee's the one I would pick.
Yep, 12 unassisted was the official score, and confirmed that with Jim LaPointe, and we traded a little notes during that intermission. And, I mean, nobody reacted when that puck went in the net because nobody saw it go in the net. But the one official whose job it is to see if the puck went in the net, and he made the point, and everything else followed from there. So 2-0 the score through one period of play. Shots in the first period were 9-6 in favor of Fitchburg Monty Tech. But as we mentioned, if we were tracking possession time in the offensive zones, FMT would have the massive advantage there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Fitchburg Monty Tech controlled just about every facet of play in the first period as they look to extend their season record to 6-0 and also capture the Bushnell Tournament Trophy. Is there a catchy name for the Bushnell Tournament Trophy?
I don't know, but...
Okay, can they be the Golden Binoculars? I know it's not actually Bushnell, and it's probably not corporately sponsored, but can we just call it the Golden Binoculars? Can we make that happen? Let's make that happen.
I like the idea. You got the second.
Second period of play is underway here at the Wallace Civic Center. Blue Knights send it back into the Red Raider zone, and that'll be icing. Peter Stevens went to chase, but as it happened, he just wasted a little bit of effort. Get loose, Peter. You're going to play hockey for 15 minutes. Stevens, one of the captains, of course, senior defenseman for the Red Raiders. Faceoff comes to the left side of Hakey, controlled by the Blue Knights. They'll send it out into the Red Raider zone. This time, no icing. Ryan Strout gives chase. Far side corner, Red Raiders control, try to clear the zone, and they do. Puck just squirts through the legs there, but controlled again by Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. This is Ben Short, leading scorer for the Blue Knights. His shot goes wide. Just steered along there by Devin McGivern. Back behind the Raider net now. Sam Jaramillo with it. Loses the handle, fortunately gets up to Riley LeBlanc. And it'll be sent down. Bounces off of a Red Raider stick, so no icing here. Sean McGrath gives chase, takes a bump into the boards there. Sends it back behind the Blue Knight goal. LeBlanc dumps it back. Lost the handle there, but goes up, still in play. No whistle. And the Blue Knights will clear. Robert Brogan will take it for Fitchburg. Tyler Brassard just on the ice, sends it over to Jaramillo. Jaramillo gains the zone, back to Brassard. Eventually. He'll send it off the official. There are two pucks on the ice. Is that a puck or is that his watch?
Maybe his whistle, I think it was.
I think it was his whistle, yes. Fortunately, no penalties in the 10 seconds or so. If there are no whistles, does that mean there are no rules? Is that the hockey purge if there are no whistles?
Someone's going to stop play somehow. Maybe do what Wes McCauley did one time and just yell whistle.
Brady Madigan takes a shot for the Blue Knights. Devin McGivern will hang on to it. I'm sorry, there was a referee who just shouted, whistle!
I think it was more of a case of, rough stuff after play had stopped. He'd blown the whistle a couple of times, and when that wasn't getting it across, yelled, whistle, whistle! Maybe that'll work. And it's Wes McCauley, the most respected referee in the National Hockey League. I'll listen to him.
Red Raiders try to clear. They will. Liam Hickey sends it to the near side for Jacob Pruno. Pruno wants to shoot, but it's blocked by Nick Fortier. Man, those Fortiers have been blocking everything tonight, haven't they? Pruno now in front of the net. His backhand shot is steered wide by Hickey.
The two defensemen there, Tyler and Nick, just playing their role and then some. Probably got at least half a dozen blocks between them, it feels.
Big hit there by Hickey on Antonio Romano. He went down hard, no whistle. It was a clean hit. Pruno dumps it in. He'll go to the sidelines and change. Bench, not sideline. Bench. It's hockey. Hockey night in Fitchburg. Shot just wide of the net. Regained at center ice by Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. Taken to the far corner by Strout, but he is hit hard from behind. And then another Blue Knight is hit hard, and now we've got some extracurriculars going on. Hold on.
That was a particularly bad hit there by Ryan Lieneberry, leveling the Blue Knight into the boards there. He may be fixing for 5 on that, and then the stuff that happened after the whistle is not going to help matters.
Yeah, Lieneberry's going to the sin bin, but I think he's going to have company. We'll see who all goes. Would be very surprised if this just winds up being a 5-on-4 for the Blue Knights.
The two referees, it's just two refs, no linesmen. They both have jurisdiction over the lines and over all the matters of the hockey game. We won't add a third referee till we get to the postseason. But the two refs will discuss things. We know there will be a penalty against Lunenburg. The arm came up immediately on that hit. And now they'll skate over to the Red Raider bench and explain things.
At least right now, they're only speaking with Steve Lowney. There's nobody going over to the Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley bench saying, hey, you got to send one of your kids to the box. So it will be Ryan Lunenburg, and I think he may actually be all alone as he heads into the penalty box.
And I'm thinking that might be boarding. If it's boarding, it's an automatic 5-minute penalty. And that's indeed what goes on the board. A huge chance for LAS.
So Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley down 2 goals, just under 12 minutes to play here in the second period. They will have the man advantage for up to 5 minutes. Maybe a chance for them to get some offensive momentum. Really the first of the game it would be for them.
This will be their second power play. They weren't able to do anything on the first one.
It'll be Short and Jaramillo taking the face-off. Controlled by Short. Sends it back out to Tyler Fortier. Tried to bounce it off the boards, but lost it. Cleared by the Red Raiders.
Raider penalty number 7, Ryan Lunenburg.
Tyler Fortier.
5-minute major for.
He'll take it out from behind his own net.
Time of the penalty,
Very aggressive forward defensive play there. The Red Raiders have it.
That was Lunenburg.
Jaramillo sends it back behind the net. He'll give chase.
Penalty for hitting from behind.
Again, it's Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley who are on the power play. You wouldn't believe that to watch the hockey for the last 5 seconds or so. But here we go. Puck just floated beyond the reach of, I believe that was Maximos Kadis. Maybe Jake Waldron, actually.
Could have been Agnes, actually. The agency font looks challenging to read when it's folded up like that.
Yeah, it's fine if you can see the whole number, but when you just fold the number in half, you just gotta guess.
Yes, when that bottom part of the number isn't visible, 2 and 7 are basically the exact same, and really 3 too.
Peter Stevens takes it behind the Red Raider to net. Try to clear. Second attempt is good. No icing as Fitchburg Monty is shorthanded, as they will be for the next 3 minutes 40 seconds, or less if Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley was to score. But let's talk
major
about
penalties,
things that look possible right now.
Major penalty, so that doesn't come off.
Okay then. Shot goes just to the right side. Actually came back through the 5-hole. Don't often see that.
Yeah, that puck got past McGivern through the 5-hole, but through the other side. If that puck was just in a slightly different spot, it would have gone off the back of his skates and into the net.
Shot from the far side is blocked. Desperate attempt to clear, not successful. Another shot from the point goes up off the net, and we will stop play. 3 minutes, 3 seconds to play on the power play. 9:59 left in the period. Fitchburg Monty still leads 2-0. Shots on goal now 10-8 in favor of the Red Raiders.
Just 2-1 in this period in favor of LAS, and maybe 1 shot at most on this man advantage thus far.
Another face-off to the left side of McGivern. A quick shot for LAS. He turns it away. Red Raiders will clear thanks to an errant stop by Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley.
And there's a delayed penalty here. It will be against LAS, and so that will negate the power play at least for 2 minutes.
That's one way to give up your man advantage. Looks like it will be Eddie Julius heading to the bench. First time we've called his name today, and he is guilty of hooking. So for the next 2 minutes or less, if the Red Raiders should score, we will play 4-on-4. Faceoff comes to the right side of Hakey. Controlled by the Red Raiders. Jaramillo looks to the point, decides to take it back behind the net. Back to Jaramillo now. Looking for LeBlanc, can't find him. He'll go out instead. He was trying to find Robert Brogan, but Brogan couldn't handle it, and now he has to chase.
Just a unexpected bounce off the boards there.
Number 17, Eddie Julius, 2-minute minor for hooking. Time of the penalty,
Brogan still with the puck. He'll send it back to Zach Robillard.
2 minutes for hooking.
Back to Brogan.
5:16.
Red Raiders just kind of killing time right now. Brogan gains the zone. He'll take the shot, but it's blocked and goes into the netting. I believe that was Nick Gamble who got his stick in there. 1:14 left on the 4-on-4. After which, if my math is correct, Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will have, 47 seconds of a man advantage?
Yep, 47 seconds to resume that major power play.
Another face-off to the right of Hickey. It'll be Hickey and Short. Again, Hickey to the right of Hickey. Names are fun.
Remember last year when Fitchburg Monty Tech was playing Littleton Bromfield and both teams had a Ryan Johnson?
Wonderful. Just amazing. Hickey tries to take the shot. Peter LeBlanc was right there. Riley LeBlanc. Hickey turned him away. 1 minute left on the even strength 4-on-4.
That was a great save there by Hickey, just reaching out and getting that with the toe, as LeBlanc just stormed in that quickly.
Short gains the zone, just knuckles in a shot. Devin McGivern will cover up with 8:33 to play here in period number 2.
One of the observations I've got for the goaltending, last year Ian Keane was the goalie for LAS, a senior with limited varsity experience, but he really shined in that role. Had a 127 goals against, a 946 save percentage, with 7-3-1 in the games that he played for LAS. And we are seeing Devin McGivern do more of the same thing. Limited varsity experience, another save for him there. And he only had one game last year, a 4-3 loss to North Middlesex. And that was his only varsity experience coming into this season. But 5 games, 3 shutouts, 5 goals conceded across the campaign thus far. 107 saves on 112 shots coming into today. Again, just really, had been working hard to inherit the varsity role, the starting goalkeeping role, and once he did, he was able to take it and run with it.
20 seconds left on the 4-on-4 as Fitchburg Monty Tech gains the zone. Jaramillo will take it back behind the Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley net. No, Fortier's there to break it up. Now it goes back behind the goal. Out to the point, back down to Jaramillo. Centered shot, blocked away. Good save there. Jacob Pruno thought he might have had a goal. He did not. Good save by Hickey. Now another shot saved by Hickey. Rebounds loose in front, finally cleared away. And we are back to a 5-on-4 in favor of the Blue Knights for the next 37 seconds or so. Shot grabbed out of midair by McGivern. I don't think that one was going to go between the pipe stamp, but Devin McGivern still thought, no, I'm going to reach out, grab it. Let's take a breath here.
They'll have to fix those hinges on the penalty box. Lunenburg actually trying to reach over with the stick and get that pushed close. And Pruno's shot, I believe, actually rang off the iron, that close to making it 3-0. But Hickey, 10 saves on the contest for the sophomore netminder. He has been playing pretty well in this contest. The 2 goals that he's conceded, both of them at pretty close range. Situations that would be challenging enough for any goaltender.
Referee is not happy with who Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley is sending up to take the faceoff. Finally lets Campana take it.
It was the late line change that forced them to have their center expelled. So because they delayed the faceoff, they had to take the draw with the wing.
Pass out to the point, set back behind the net. Grabbed there by Campaner. I know I sound like Jerry Remy saying Campana, but his name is Campaner.
There is an actual R at the end of his name.
Riley LeBlanc gains the zone. He'll take it back behind the net. Tries to pass. Now he'll dump it back for Hickey. We are back to 5-on-5. Hickey sends it out to Plunkett. He sends it back behind the net. Loose in front of goal, grabbed by Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. And they will clear, but only momentarily as it's sent back in by the Red Raiders. Fortier sends it to Fortier. They've probably done that before. Shot from just outside the blue line, goes wide of the net. I think McGivern might have had a leg in there. Taken along the near side boards, and a whistle kills the play.
Interference is going to be a penalty assessed.
And you look down at your notes for 1 second, and all of a sudden, Colin Hines is going to the room of punishment.
They'll sit for 2 minutes or less. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't see the initial call.
There you go.
But
I got one. The Plywood Maiden.
The Plywood Maiden.
Yeah. Just coming up with new names for the penalty box.
Ah.
Fortier sends it to Fortier. Again, they've done that before. This puck is covered up by McGivern. So another power play for the Blue Knights.
2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 8:41, second period.
And we'll get another face-off from the left side dot, just in front of Devin McGivern. Raiders win in control. LeBlanc will take it back behind the goal. Sends it to Jaramillo, who gets it back to LeBlanc. And now 10 different guys there. They'll just send the puck out of play, and we'll have another face-off.
And we're seeing more of LAS's power play in this period, but it does seem like a lot more even strengthish play when LAS is on the power play, which is just a testament to how well the Red Raiders have been playing in this contest, how much they've been able to dominate and control the puck.
Shot from the far side is covered up, just snagged out of midair by Hakey. You know, for a second there, Dan, it looked like a fake phone number on the board. You had 555 on the clock, and the shots on goal were 1-2-1-2. Raiders keep it in the offensive zone, possibly illegally so. A hand pass is indicated. They'll just take the puck out to neutral ice.
Now bring it all the way down, in fact.
All the way down.
I think that's a Federation rule. I know I believe in college it's back one zone.
Maximal punishment here. Faceoff comes in the Fitchburg end. Shot by Fortier, covered up by McGivern. He makes his 13th save of the night. He's faced 13 shots. We'll get another quick faceoff. 1:18 left to play on the Blue Knight man advantage. Loose in front of the net. Both teams battling for it. Jaramillo finally clears it out. He's got Wyatt Peters. Peters was trying to find Blank, couldn't handle it. Jaramillo's there to follow up. He'll try to go 1-on-3. That will end predictably poorly for him. But he'll skate around with it, send it back in. LeBlanc gains the zone and is immediately shoved away from the puck. But he's dogged. He's a Red Raider after all. His shot is broken up. Nick Fortier got his stick in there. Kind of trickled in to Hakey, and he was able to cover it up. 45 seconds left on the man advantage for the Blue Knights. 5:04 to play in the second period.
The only snark I've got, they just were playing Abacab by Genesis on the last couple whistles. And if face-offs, and if lines were in letters, then perhaps Abacab would be the sequence of lines for when a team is really hungry for offense.
There you go. Keep that C line off. You want to go A-B, A-B as much as you can. Another face-off to the near side. This time controlled by the Blue Knights. They will clear. They're the team on the power play again. Fitchburg Monty Tech will dump it in. It'll be Fortier giving chase. Nick Fortier. Just battling for it at center ice. Fitchburg Monty Tech sends it in. 10 minutes left on the power play for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley.
Oh boy, that's awful.
It's a pretty blatant trip that's going to go uncalled there. Maybe a bit of embellishment by Pruno, but you know, he fell over a man's skates and it was rather intentional. Back to even strength as a shot is deflected wide by McGivern. Can't control the rebound, but his teammates will. Cleared out across the red line into Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley zone, and we get a whistle.
Offsides is the call, and they're going to have to fix those hinges on the boards there.
They just don't work.
They're supposed to be designed to swing shut when they're open like that, but they are not closing.
No. And if you want to get poetic about it, you can think to yourself, you know, swing shut, sweet penalty box door, but it is not working. Face-off controlled by the Blue Knights. 4 minutes left to play here in period number 2. Fitchburg Monty Tech still leads this one by a score of 2-0. Into the Fitchburg end now. Shot goes wide. McGivern didn't have to do anything and didn't really do much. Now fighting along the near side board. Cleared out to center. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will take it back into their own end. Sent to the far side, looking for Romano, unable to find him. Red Raiders are content to just dump it back in and let the Blue Knights take it out if they want.
Or really if they can at this point.
That's also true. Cody Berkio tried a centering pass, nobody there. Shot from distance is deflected, goes over the net. Maximos Cadiz, I believe, got a stick on it. Now Cadiz playing with Robert Brogan. Team's getting a little bit deeper into the depth chart here as we reach the final 3 minutes of the second period. Pass in front, shot, score! Cody Berkio got the centering pass, and he just did a nifty little backhand wrister over the left shoulder of Garrett Hakey. 3-0 in favor of Fitchburg Monty Tech.
Just great forechecking by the Red Raiders. A lot of pressure there, forced the turnover. And a couple passes, a couple changes of directions, and Cody Berkio gets his second goal of the season.
His first varsity season for the sophomore, and as you said, Dan, second goal of the year for Cody Berkio, makes it 3-0 now in favor of Fitchburg Monty Tech. Tyler Fortier takes a shot, was going to say covered up, it trickled loose for a second, but then McGivern was able to jump on it. And now, Dan, you've really got to see some desperation offense from Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley if they want to get back in this one.
Cody Berkio, assisted by number 15, Robert Brogan. And number 10, Cole Howard.
Give the assists on the goal by Berkio to Robert Brogan and Cole Howard.
That was Berkio.
Second assist of the season for Howard, and the first assist of the season for Brogan.
11:55.
Fitchburg Monty Tech right back to the offense. Centering pass broken up there. Good defense by Logan Martin. Another pass. Jaramillo can't quite handle it. He'll send it back behind the net. Grabbed there by Hines. He sends it to the far side. Jaramillo back to Hines. Hines thinking wrap around. No. Looks to the point. No. He'll turn around, shoot. That's deflected. For once it wasn't Fortier. I believe it was Sean McGrath who got the block there. And the Blue Knights will clear. Won't get much further than that, though, as it's sent in by Wyatt Peters. A couple of Blue Knights ran into each other. Fitchburg Monty Tech can't quite capitalize. They had a 5-on-3 for a moment, but now they're back to even strength as the Blue Knights pull themselves together. LeBlanc gains the zone. No. Jaramillo was just offside. They'll bring it back out with 1:52 to play here in period number 2.
Shots in this period are 9-8 in favor of the Red Raiders. For most of this period, the shot advantage has been in favor of the home side, the Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley Blue Knights. But that last flurry of chances leading with Berkio's goal is what turned the tables on the shot board in this period.
Comes out to the red line, sent in by Stevens. Back behind the blue net. Fortier will grab it. He just sends it off to somebody. That somebody happened to be Colin Hines. Now Hines in the back right corner. Takes it around, tries to send it back. Well defended by Gamble. Controlled ultimately by Jaramillo. Jaramillo sends it behind the net. Back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc will send up to Plunkett. Plunkett tries a shot, goes wide. Blue Knights trying to clear. Or maybe Boulet's just enjoying having some puck time. First time we've called his name tonight. Swing and a miss there by Plunkett. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will try to capitalize as we duck under 50 seconds to play here in the second period. Again, Fitchburg Monty Tech leading 3-0. Got their third goal just a moment ago. Boulet sends to the point. Shot goes wide, just barely onside, but onside it was. Blue Knights will try to put something together here in the final 35 seconds. Fitchburg Monty Tech, of course, they have other ideas. It's opposing viewpoints here. Differing opinions. Sent in behind the net. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will change. Fitchburg Monty Tech with 20 seconds as they try to make one more push. LeBlanc gains the zone, takes it to the far corner. Centering pass, shot goes wide. 15 seconds left now. Back to LeBlanc. Hickey's tied up. He and Romano were getting overly friendly with one another. 5 seconds left as the Blue Knights try to make something happen. And the clock will run out with the puck just trickling wildly in front of the red line. Fitchburg Monty Tech got another goal, Dan. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley was a little bit more into this one. It was a little bit more evenly played, but you really felt toward the end of that second period, as the teams got a little bit deeper into their third, maybe fourth lines, Fitchburg Monty Tech just had that extra depth, and it was that depth player, Cody Berkio, who was able to get the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, Berkio, just a sophomore in his first varsity campaign, had a goal earlier in the season and was able to take advantage, right place, right time for that one. And that was the only goal. So yeah, only goal of the period. You've heard the recap of goals from Jim LaPointe.
Overall shots on goal in the game, 19-14 in favor of the Red Raiders. Honestly feels a little bit more one-sided than that, Dan. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, when they've had shots, it's been, I just gained the blue line, let me take a shot from the point, see what happens, that sort of thing. Not terribly many wonderful scoring opportunities for the Blue Knights. There was that one about 3-4 minutes left in the period where there was a shot saved by McGivern, and then the rebound comes right out in front of him. That was a juicy opportunity of which the Blue Knights could not capitalize. Other than that, they really haven't had too many.
Yep.
And this is a team that had 7 minutes of what should have been power play here in this second period. They still didn't have it.
Yep, that was really one of the challenges, was just the fact that they really had trouble sustaining pressure when it was even strength. And when they had the power play, maybe it felt a little more like even strength then. We've harped on it a couple of times, but that just shows to how the competition level has been between these two sides. And LAS has been a strong team over the last few years, but again, they've graduated so many players. And so rebuilding a little bit, they just don't have the depth right now to deal with Fitchburg Monty Tech.
Well, as the final countdown plays here, we will take our final break. Still 15 minutes of hockey to play. Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley trailing Fitchburg Monty Tech by a score of 3-0. But hey, we've seen teams score 3, 4, 5 goals in a period, so don't go anywhere. Well, go anywhere for 11 minutes or so. But come on back for the third period here from the Wallace Civic Center. It's Hockey Night in Fitchburg on FATV. Back here at Wallace Civic Center, 3-0 Red Raiders over the Blue Knights is the score. Fitchburg Monty Tech really dominating this game as we welcome you back here to Hockey Night on Fitchburg. I'm John Gurity, joined, of course, by Dan Bullock. And Dan, what can Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley do? What do you think they need to do? How can they get back into this game? I know that's your favorite question. How can they get back in this game?
Well, they may need to do that Avacap sequence I was talking about. They're probably going to need to run that line with Ben Short on there.
We're going to see a lot of Ben Short in this third period, I think.
Yes, I imagine we're going to see a lot of him on the ice there, because he's one of those cornerstones to the offense for this Blue Knight side. But in addition, maybe just playing a little more aggressive, maybe taking a few more chances, because scoreline be darned. In terms of the power ratings, the 3 is the cap. A 3-0 loss and a 7-0 loss go in the books the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter in terms of the power ratings. If you're Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, you've got to sell out, try to get some goals here. They've got to be more aggressive on the offensive side when they've got the puck. They've got to be pushing men forward. If it leads to some breakaways for Fitchburg Monty Tech, which honestly it probably would, even if it does that, I think that's more likely to produce a favorable result for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley than the way we've seen them be approaching this game so far in the first 2 periods.
The Red Raider forecheck has just been tremendous in this contest. That's really kept the Knights at bay. The shots are only 19-14 in favor of the Red Raiders, but if you take into account shots attempted, it would have to be far more lopsided. A lot of tremendous defense. We've mentioned the 40ers. Tyler and Nick, great defensemen there, a junior and a freshman. They've blocked a lot of shots for this Blue Knights side, and that's really helping support their keeper in Garrett Hakey. And Hakey, the 3 goals that have been scored in this contest, Riley LeBlanc, Kyle Gendron, and Cody Berkio, the goal scorers in this game, those were all at pretty close range. And those were all going to be challenges, but the defense has done well to support him otherwise and give him the opportunity to make saves, to keep it at a 3-0 game as opposed to a 6-0 or a 7-0 game.
One thing I've been really impressed with, Dan, just from not quite a total novice's standpoint, but one thing I've been impressed with from my observations has been the forechecking of the Red Raiders. Their forwards really get up there, really try to interfere with the play. Even when Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley has it deep in their own end, they're always trying to get the puck, trying to get opportunities, it's going to pay off for the Red Raiders. Maybe not in this game, but if they continue that up over the course of this season, they're going to go places.
The tempo has been great from the Red and Gray. They've played 30 very good minutes. Now it's just a matter of bringing it home.
One more period of play to determine the winner of the Bushnell tournament, the Golden Binoculars, as they are officially called, of course. Everyone knows that.
As we would like to believe.
If Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley should get back into this one and we are tied, we will go to overtime. If we're still tied after overtime, they will have a shootout to determine the owner of those Golden Binoculars.
And of course, this is the first season where overtime is an official thing as part of the regular season in MIAA play. They would have played overtime anyway if this was just last season, but the overtime wouldn't have counted for anything. Shot there, stopped by McGivern. But now starting this year, the overtime is meaningful now in all MIAA games. They will play 5 minutes of overtime if tied after 45 minutes, or 51 in a couple of leagues.
I was just going to mention that there are a few leagues experimenting with 17-minute periods
that's
this season.
New thing this year. Got to talk with Coach Short a couple of weeks ago about that, and he was in favor of going to 17-minute periods, but it doesn't seem that the majority of Central Mass felt that way, and thus we stay with 15s. But I think also the fact overtime has another wrinkle in there. You don't want to accrue too many ice time charges for going over your limit. Stuff like that they want to be on the way. Keep it in the back of their minds, as interference is going to be called 57 seconds into the frame. A power play coming. It's another one of those waiting to see who the penalty's going to be on.
You know, I was doing the same thing myself. It'll ultimately be on Zach Plunkett. So we mentioned Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley needs to be a little bit more aggressive when they have the puck on offense. They should see plenty of it in the next 2 minutes. And if you are a Blue Knight partisan, you hope that it is less time than that where Mr. Plunkett will be sitting.
Plunkett in the sin bin for the second time in this contest. And power play number 4 for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, as the shots from Tyler Fortier cut down in front and slammed off the boards, and all the way down it'll go. It'll hop behind the net to the side. And Fortier will go and retrieve, but Liam Hickey will dispossess.
57 seconds, third period.
And Liam Hickey able to get a shorthanded opportunity towards goal.
Is it a good sign for your power play when consistently the shorthanded team is the one getting the offensive opportunities?
That's definitely been one of the challenges for LAS in this contest. You said it in the first period that it feels like Fitchburg Monty Tech's got an extra kid on the ice at all times, and that's really how the game has played out, it feels. It's just a really fitting way of wording things. And that just describes how the play has been. Offside's going to be called there, as Short's drop pass for Brady Madigan went over the line.
Well, you know, Dan, I don't like to brag, but I am a winner of an FATV Boulder Award for being an outstanding on-air personality. The fact that I shared that award with you is incidental to the point.
One of those, it's a tremendous award, and I greatly enjoy having that award. One of 2 I've received in my career for announcing. There's a great shot and a goal! Josh Agnes from the top of the left circle breaks up the shutout streak.
Devin McGivern is really upset with himself. He looked like he was just going to very casually just snag that puck out of midair with the glove on the left hand. But he was, I don't know if he missed it or if he didn't see it, but just went right past him. And you can see he is head down. He is not happy with himself. You mentioned he had that shutout streak. It's been more than 2 games since he let a puck get by him. But that little hunk of vulcanized rubber found the twine, and it is 3-1 instead of 3-0.
The shutout streak had just ticked past 3 games. 135 minutes he kept the puck out of the net. Said it was Agnes. It might have been Ben Short. Might have misrecognized the number. I'm waiting for confirmation on that. But 3-1 the score now. Power play goal there for the Blue Knights.
So Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley doing what they need to do. It is, in fact, Ben Short credited with the goal, his 7th of the season. Blue Knights coming up 1-on-3, shot covered up by McGivern.
And so it is Ben Short getting his 7th goal of the season. Tyler Fortier his 2nd assist.
At 1:55.
I believe it was Fortier who took that shot as well.
Now LAS, they're going to have a bit of a hop in their step, really. But that's mishandled by the defense, and you can see Riley LeBlanc immediately pressuring there, forcing the turnover. Colin Hines in the left wing corner.
Well, if you're the Fitchburg Monty Tech side, Dan, you know what the ball game is for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. They're going to be aggressive, and when they get aggressive, there are going to be opportunities. You just need to capitalize on them.
That'll be turned aside there by McGivern on the shot from inside the red line, and looks like another delayed penalty here. Interference again is the call. And skating to the plywood dungeon is Zach Robillard. That's going to be power play number 5 for LAS tonight. And discipline's got to be a little better for the Red Raiders as well.
Robillard will sit 2 minutes in the admonishment zone.
Raider penalty number 25.
Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley already has 1 power play goal in this 3rd period. They'll look to get another, make this a 1-goal game.
Robillard, 2 minutes
This game is not over yet, folks. The Blue Knights know that.
They found a spark on that first power play goal. Now we'll see if they can make it a 2nd power play goal. 1 for 4 on the advantage are the Blue Knights tonight, as that pass sticked away by McGivern, picked up on the left point by Jake Waldron.
Ryan Strout was in great position for that centering pass. If McGivern hadn't gotten a stick on it, he was right there for it.
And now Hickey able to float it down the ice, kill some time. Nick Fortier throws around for Ryan Strout, back in his own end, as the Blue Knights want to reset here. 1:03 to go in the power play, 10:58 to go in the 3rd, 3-1. The shot snared by McGivern. And some words being exchanged after the whistle, with one of the Blue Knights flying into the boards.
You can see just, continually looking back over his shoulder is Ben Short. I don't think he was too happy with that extra bit of roughsmanship. And actually, you know what? I don't think the officials are too happy with it either. Robert Brogan is going to join his teammate in the penalty box. For 58 seconds or less, Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley will have a 5-on-3.
And we're going to have a timeout called here with that shocking development.
Timeout, nice.
Dan, you really could not have scripted the first 4 minutes and 6 seconds of this 3rd period to go any better if you are a partisan of the home side, which again, even though we're playing in Fitchburg, is Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. Blue Knights got a quick goal. They got it on the power play. Now they find themselves with a full minute, basically, of a 2-man advantage.
The Raiders have 2 of their defensemen and 2 of their better defensemen there in Brogan and Robillard sitting in the penalty box. It's not a great situation to put yourselves in. Eric Short called the timeout for LAS, but I think Steve Lowney, the 16th year head coach for the Red Raiders, happy to have this minute to talk with his team and make it clear what they need to do to kill off these penalties, because the discipline has not put themselves in good spots in this contest.
And I think that's a good call by Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, taking that timeout, because you really need to drive home to your players, look, this is a golden opportunity. It is right there on a platter to make this a 1-goal game or even tie it up. You need to capitalize. If Fitchburg Monty Tech kills this penalty, it will be a huge swing for them.
Great redirection there by Strout. McGivern able to turn it away. Now another chance, and that's kicked away by McGivern. And into the netting it'll go. So 16 seconds or so tick off the penalty timers there.
Just like that, 58 seconds becomes 42. Still 5-on-3, still plenty of time for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. But you have to feel the desperation for them, even though there's still more than 10 minutes to play in this 3rd period.
Again, a golden opportunity for the Blue Knights. Held in the left corner to the top of the circle. Tyler Fortier at the point. On the right side, he'll get it back on the pass. Now Ben Short, cross ice. Deflected a little bit by Riley LeBlanc, but gets to its recipient nonetheless. Tyler Fortier, bad angle shot, save, rebound. And it does not go in the net, as it looked like it might have trickled behind McGivern. He fell backwards to try to keep that out. And the net goes off its moorings as well. But the referee, with the best view of all, says it stayed out.
McGivern was tumbling backwards. He fell into the post, knocked the net off of its moorings. I saw the puck go between his legs, but then lost sight of it. It did not cross the lines, at least not in the eyes of the referee, and he's the one who counts. Now just 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
That was a great save by McGivern. Because that puck, I think, it was rising and it was tipped on the way.
Devin McGivern snatching that one out of midair. He was really frustrated with himself after he let that, don't want to call it a cheapie, but that one goal was not necessarily the hardest shot Devin McGivern has ever faced. The officials are actually going to indicate a high stick here.
Yeah, I did say it was redirected on the way, and they ruled that that redirection was above the crossbar, which I believe is the standard for a shot on target. And so the draw is going to come all the way down to one side of Garrett Hakey. In the 5 minutes of hockey we've played in this third period, LAS has 8 shots on goal. They have taken the momentum as Robillard comes out of the box to bring the Red Raiders back up to a 5-on-4 essentially. But now 50 more seconds on the man advantage for LAS. They try to get a goal out of this. Agnes with the shot got blocked in front, and Liam Hickey clears it down the length of the ice on target. And Hickey will settle it down. Hickey did have a long distance goal against Oakmont. So he's already scored once from a long way away. That shot a little less dangerous, but with that forecheck for Fitchburg Monty Tech, it's down to 18 seconds on the power play. As Ben Short will race it up ice by himself, gets a great release off there. Stopped by McGivern, and the second chance stopped as well.
That was probably the last and best chance Lunenburg is going to have. Just 6 seconds left before Robert Brogan emerges from the discipline dome, and we are back to even strength. A fantastic job killing these penalties by the Red Raiders, assuming nothing goes wrong in the next 4 seconds, of course.
And nothing will go wrong in the next 4 seconds. As the Raiders win the draw, clear it out of the zone. Brogan is out of the box, back to full strength. Go the red and gray. Now the Blue Knights just trying to keep zone time as best they can, but now Brogan will have it, float it forward for LeBlanc out of his reach. Can't get it out of the zone. And some space and time to work with. Jaramillo gets a shot off, gloved out of the air. Not a can of corn really for Hakey, but he'll snare it nonetheless.
He had 3 skaters right in front of him, and 2 more came rushing in as soon as he had the puck. You could almost see, even though we're a good, 75, 80 feet away, you could see Hakey's eyes light up as he's holding on to that puck, just thinking, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
So back to full strength we are, 8:28 to go in the third period. 3-1 Fitchburg Monty Tech in front, shots 23 apiece. And in this period, 9-4 in favor of the Blue Knights. 9 shots in this period is more than they had in each of the first 2 periods, where they had 6 and 8.
Blue Knights have really ratcheted up the intensity in the first half of this third period. It's gotten them 1 goal. They would have liked to have another, but there's still time. They need to keep the foot on the gas. They need to keep up the pressure if they want to get back into this one.
Blue Knights win the draw. Throw it around the boards to the near side, and trying to play on there is Strout. Strout able to win the puck from Brogan. Into the right dot, got a shot off, but Brogan able to get his stick in there to slow the pace of that stick and slow the pace of that shot.
It was a very dangerous situation, was it not for Robert Brogan. If not for Brogan getting his stick there, that would have been a very difficult shot for McGivern to stop.
Now, bad angle shot, and that's punched down with the glove by McGivern. Rebound eventually floats its way out of the zone, where Gamble will go back and retrieve for the Blue Knights. Back in their own end, Agnes is stripped from the puck by Liam Hickey, but Agnes gets that stick in there to break it up as Hickey was trying to get that backhand chance on Hickey.
Talk about dangerous situations for McGivern. That was a nightmare for Hickey. Agnes saved his goaltender there.
Would have been tremendously challenging for the sophomore keeper there. Agnes floats it in. Robillard will be the first to arrive for the Red Raiders. Push it up ice on the far side. Robillard still going. Tries to take it all the way by himself. Doesn't get a clean release off. Hickey gets a shot. That's stopped by Hickey. He punches out the rebound with the stick. Puck pinballs around in the zone and is cleared down the length of the ice. Not going to make it to the goal line. It will not be icing. 7:05 to go in the third period. 3-1 Fitchburg Monty Tech in front.
Wasn't sure if Robillard wanted to take it himself or drop off a centering pass. He was kind of caught in between, and the puck just squirted away from his stick. Nothing developed out of what was a promising scoring opportunity for Robillard.
The junior defenseman still looking for his first varsity goal. It's the 80-footer put on target, and Hickey will take no chances and cover that one up. 6:45 to go in the third. We mentioned, LAS graduated so many players for Fitchburg Monty Tech. They graduated 3 in Max Bolak, Ryan Johnson, and Spencer McCrillis. Max Bolak now playing with the Worcester Junior Railers in the EHL Premier. And one of his teammates is Tristan Gallant, who was a defenseman for LAS last year. So interesting to see them on the same side now. Berkio dispossessed by Logan Martin, a freshman forward, in the starting lineup for the Blue Knights. That puck climbs the boards. I'm pretty sure it hit the netting there.
It absolutely did.
Bit of a delayed reaction, but they will bring a stop to play with 6:27 to go.
And hey, if you're a Fitchburg Monty Tech fan, that's 2 more seconds that went off the clock that maybe necessarily shouldn't have. So good for you.
I'd like to note, too, that Fitchburg Monty Tech, they scored that goal at the end of the second period against Leominster with less than a second. So every second does very much matter. Behind the net and trying to get a stick on it was Brady Madigan for LAS. The Red Raiders will take it out of the zone. Colin Hines trying to settle it. Sometimes these passes just a bit too hot to handle. And there's just, keeping general possession of the puck, but not having solid possession of it. Antonio Romano throws it in the left wing corner. Plunkett will get there, battle with Madigan. Penalty coming here.
Pretty sure Madigan tripped him.
That's, I think, what it is going to be. And the Raiders iced it, but the faceoff will be to one side of Hickey because the icing is overruled by the penalty. Since there's 2 referees, neither of them wear the orange armband, and occasionally you get crossed up on when the arm goes up if it's going to be for a penalty or for some other matter. But in this case, it is for a penalty, and sitting in the box is Madigan for the trip, as you saw. So power play number 3 for the Red Raiders.
Chance for them to kill some time, maybe get a 4th goal and salt this game away.
Be Broussard. Looks like that second unit out there. A couple different players of personnel.
For that matter, it's just a time to get the first line a breather.
Jaramillo looking to find Pruno on the right side. Now it gets a quick turnaround chance, and Hickey on the doorstep not able to pot it. Now right in front, Broussard with a chance, and a second chance by Pruno. But Hickey kept it all out.
One of the best saves of the night by Garrett Hickey. Wide open right in front of the net, but he was able to stick out his left blocker, turn that stick away.
Nice penalty number 15, Brady Madigan.
Offside's
2
called.
minutes for hooking. Time of that penalty was 9:12, third period.
1:11 left on Brady Madigan's time in hockey jail.
9 shots on goal this period for Fitchburg Monty Tech compared to 11 for LAS. A lot more shots making their way to the goalkeepers in this frame. 20 shots between the 2 teams is already more than each of the first 2 periods where we had 15 and 18. Puck tied up there on the left side of the net, basically, as Brassard will try to backhand it along for Pruno into the right wing corner. Now wants to get it back to Brassard. He wasn't in position. He'll eventually get there. Takes a couple extra seconds, though. Jaramillo, left side. Rotating around Hickey. Tries to put one towards goal, but it goes off a Blue Knight skate. Behind the net. A centering feed is cut down by Hickey, getting the paddle down there to break it up. And the Blue Knights are able to clear it to center. 25 on the power play, and the clearing attempt hits Agnes. A break for the Red Raiders. And now a second clear will make it all the way down towards McGivern. Some thuds as the doors slam. Agnes puts that towards goal, but it goes off a stick and doesn't quite make it to McGivern. Brogan with 5 on the power. Try to skate it up quickly. Dump it in and around as the penalty expires to Madigan. 3:45 to go in the game. 3-1, Fitchburg Monty Tech in front. In the left wing corner, Jaramillo not able to get a clean chance away. That's going to be on target, so no icing. McGivern waiting and seeing what he wants to do with it. He will eventually allow Peters to play. Can't just cover it from there because there's nobody actively checking him. So he's got to wait and see, and then he can cover when a player from LAS gets closer to him. Ultimately, he chose to play on, and that did take some more seconds off the clock, as now we're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. As Riley LeBlanc, he's got the opening goal in this contest, able to push something on goal with the pressure, and Hickey will cover it up.
Pretty soon, Dan, I think we might see Garrett Hickey head for the bench. We're getting into pull the goalie territory for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. Pretty dangerous proposition, though, with the way Fitchburg Monty Tech has controlled the offensive flow of this game. It's an early flurry from the Blue Knights at the start of this third period, but I would say the last 5 minutes or so have been decidedly in Fitchburg Monty Tech's favor.
This is the line that had the last 2 goals for Fitchburg Monty Tech. So they've got Kyle Gendron, Cole Howard, and Cody Berkio on the ice right now as forwards. And a quick rush for LAS turns to not much of anything, but this will help. Icing will be called as the pass missed the mark.
2:43 left to play. Face-off coming in the opposition end. Might just be me. I might be, I'm the guy who's always go for it on 4th down, but I'm a little surprised Garrett Hickey isn't at least, halfway out of his goal here.
May just be wait just a little bit longer, although the offensive zone face-off would be a good time to make the pull. And then in case the Raiders won the draw and are able to send it down, not going to be icing. And now the forecheck will force the turnover as LeBlanc back for Jaramillo on the right side. Tries to find LeBlanc again, will eventually get there. Pruno's there in the left wing corner. Almost picked his own guy, essentially. Brogan with the shot, through a bit of traffic, a save. And Jaramillo with a lance. But Hickey able to cover it up.
I think Hickey's hurt. He's grabbing at his left arm.
Yep, that lance, if you will, from Jaramillo. I think he was trying to get all puck and instead got the left wrist of Hickey. And sometimes those pads aren't as 100% protective as you'd like them to be.
I don't think it's intentional that the real American kicks in, and immediately after we have our first injury scare of the night, we hear the lyrics, "When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside." It's just funny. Not intentional. Not me. Just funny.
That was just the song that was queued up in Jim LaPointe's music player when it was time for that draw. Now LAS will push it out to the neutral zone. Brogan trying to stick it away. As the pressure there is going to be deemed illegal. And another penalty. This is elbowing. That's penalty number 7 against Fitchburg Monty Tech today.
And again, it is Robert Brogan. He's very familiar with the workings of that door. He will spend, he definitely won't spend 2 minutes because there's only 1:55 in the game. And now Hickey is off the ice. Lunenburg has pulled their goalie. They functionally have a 2-man advantage right now.
A 6-on-4. Red Raiders can take free shots at the empty net as the shot from the right point goes through traffic and wide to the left. Another chance in front, but that's cut down. And a whistle, another penalty. It's interference.
This time it's Peter Stevens, the guilty party.
From bad to worse, the discipline has not been good for the Red Raiders. That's penalty number 5 in this period alone.
If 6-on-4 wasn't bad enough, how about 6-on-3? 2 nights for every Raider on the ice at the moment. Assuming you don't count the goaltender, which you probably should. He's rather important. But still, let me have my music reference, dang it.
Oh boy, crunch time and then some. The Blue Knights trail by 2, but 2 penalties on the board against the Red Raiders. And that one fought off by McGivern on the shot from the right circle by Ryan Strout.
There's just enough time left that Lunenburg can be patient. They don't need to just throw the puck at the net. They need to make plays. They need to set up good shots.
Plunkett will try to get there, keep control of it. Riley LeBlanc backhands it up. Fortier's got to keep good control of it and keep it away from LeBlanc. Now Wyatt Peters. The last thing you want is that puck to get on the stick of number 23 in red. He is the most dangerous player out there for the Red Raiders. Peters will dump it in because of the penalties against the Red Raiders. There is no icing.
It almost works in Fitchburg Monty Tech's favor that they're shorthanded. They can just dump it down at will. They don't have to worry about icing. The worst thing that can happen if they send it all the way down the ice is that 15 seconds goes off the clock.
The Raiders trying to win the puck here, slammed off the boards. Can't be kept in by Fortier, and Riley LeBlanc will skate down Broadway and put it in the empty net. He'll have his 2nd goal of the game, his 10th of the season, to make it a 4-1 contest.
6-on-3, Dan. 6-on-3. And not only is Fitchburg Monty Tech able to hold on the defensive side, they're able to score a goal. An empty net goal nonetheless. I have a question. Why are there 5 Red Raiders on the ice right now?
There's still too many Red Raiders on the ice.
Why are there 4 Red Raiders on the ice right now?
There's still too many.
They did send a Blue Knight to the box.
Just getting crossed up. It's like no penalties come off the board for that. The Blue Knight is in there for a misconduct because no penalty has gone on the board against him.
By number 23, Riley LeBlanc, assisted by number 21, Wyatt Peters.
So we'll play the last 15 seconds, 5-on-3. Blue Knights have brought Hakey back out on the ice.
So 5-on-3 to finish it. But the Red Raiders, with that strong forecheck, that strong play, able to fight off the indiscipline and come away with a 4-1 win.
It's a fantastic performance, top to bottom, for Fitchburg Monty Tech. A well-deserved 4-1 victory. And honestly, Dan, I know it wasn't the key play in the game in terms of the game-winning goal or anything. It was a 2-goal that became a 3-goal difference. But really, the only thing, the thing that matters most to me watching this game, the thing that exemplified the performance that the Red Raiders put on today, was that last 2-minute stretch in the 3rd period where they're down 2 guys in the penalty box, and Lunenburg has pulled their goalie, so it is 6 skaters on 3, and still Fitchburg Monty Tech was able to keep Lunenburg away. I don't think they had 2 shots in that 6-on-3 period, neither of which was a particularly great scoring chance, and the defense was so good, the offense was so capable of capitalizing that they got a goal themselves.
Chad
Dupy
will be presenting the championship of the Mark Bushnell tournament this year to the members of the captains of the Red Raiders. So come on over and accept your trophy. Bushnell champions for 2021-22.
We mentioned this was the final game of the Mark Bushnell tournament.
Captains Peter Stevens, Robert Brogan, and Riley LeBlanc from the Raiders accept the award from the Lunenburg Booster Club, Greg Dupuy. Thank you, Raiders. Congratulations and great game on both teams.
So the Raiders start the season with some hardware.
Wallace Civic Center, 3 stars for the Bushnell final. The third star in today's game goes to Raiders number 23, Riley LeBlanc, with 2 goals, including the clincher empty net. Second star of the game goes to the Knights, number 9, Ben Short, with the only goal of the game for the Knights. And your number 1 star in the Bushnell final goes to goaltender for the Fitchburg Red Raiders, number 1, Devin McGivern, with 28 saves.
So those were the 3 stars as picked by Jim LaPointe, our public address announcer and official scorer here at the Civic Center. And it goes with Riley LeBlanc as a 3rd star. Ben Short, he has a tremendous release. He is going to be a dangerous player.
It's incredible to watch. Honestly, you can see why he's the leading goal scorer for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. He's the best player they've got, and it's worth mentioning again, he's an 8th grader. That's very impressive.
He's an 8th grader. He's the coach's son, but he gets no special treatment. He plays tremendous hockey, and that release, it caught McGivern out. He was frustrated with himself. I think he underestimated the shot there from the young man.
It was a very good shot. McGivern thought he should have had it. He still made 28 saves on the night, some very impressive, enough to secure himself the 1st star of the night. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to all of Fitchburg Monty Tech. Again, they start the season with some hardware, winning the Mark Bushnell tournament. They're now 6-0 on the year. These guys are a force in the Coughlin Conference, Dan.
Yep, and now they've completed a whole cycle of Coughlin Conference play. They've beaten all 5 teams in the conference. They took down Littleton Bromfield 4-0. They took down Oakmont 4-2. They beat Gardner 3-0. They beat LAS 4-1, as you saw today, and beat St. Bernard's 10-0. And, of course, that win 6-3 over their rivals in Leominster in their only non-league game thus far. But they do have a couple of non-league games coming up. On Wednesday, they will be taking on the Rams of Northbridge, 5:30 start here from the Civic Center, and then on January 15th, they'll be taking on the co-op side of Greater Lowell and Neshoba Tech for a 2 o'clock start here from Fitchburg. So a couple of non-league games before they get back into Bushnell play with the game against St. Bernard's on January the 20th.
On the other side of the ledger for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley, they go on the road their next couple of games. They'll be at Gardner on Monday, and then Wednesday they play at Grafton before hosting Littleton and Bromfield the following Wednesday, the 19th. So a chance for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley to get back on the right side of things as they drop to 1-4-1 on the season.
They had their moments today, and they played very well in that 3rd period. Did not give up even when their backs were against the wall. Got that goal to make it 3-1. Had their chances, but the Red Raiders and Devin McGivern playing very solidly down the stretch to keep them at bay.
It's a very young squad for Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. We mentioned it a few times. They graduated a number of players last season. This year may be a bit of a rebuilding year for them, but definitely good things on the horizon for the Blue Knights. But for the Red Raiders, the good times are here. 6-0 to start the season, very much looking like contenders for the Coughlin Conference Championship. It'll be exciting to watch this team, as we hope you will here on FATV over the entire course of this 2022 season. Dan, do you have any final thoughts before we say goodbye?
Coming into this week, the Red Raiders were ranked number 8 in the Hockey Night in Boston Division 4 top 10. That, number 8 team in the state in Division 4 is how they had it set up there. And I think they'll be going up a couple spots with a perfect 3-0 week, one where it felt like there were, the games never really felt like they were in doubt, if you will. A
3-0 week where they outscore their opponents by a combined score of 11-1. Wins over Gardner, Littleton, and of course Lunenburg Ayer-Shirley. Before we say goodbye, we want to thank our underwriters who make this and every remote broadcast possible. Fitchburg Access Television's remote broadcasts are underwritten by Workers Credit Union, Rollstone Bank and Trust, UMass Memorial Health, Health Alliance Clinton Hospital, The Sentinel and Enterprise, Minuteman Press, and Unitil, and of course Fitchburg State University. And Dan, I know you have so many names to thank. Why don't we read the entire list of credits of all the folks who made this broadcast possible?
Yes, Travis Falk played the role of guy who does everything.
That's
he
true.
Did so valiantly today for us here on FATV.
Travis Falk did not shovel, though. Travis Falk cleared snow with his shoes. I shoveled.
Make sure to sneak that in the credits.
Absolutely, but thank you so much to Travis doing. We talk a lot about how Travis does everything here at FATV. Today, he did literally everything. We don't have the truck with us here today. It's a one-camera shoot. Travis set up that camera. He operated that camera. He made sure the graphics worked. He handled our audio. He let me use the mute button as a cough button, which was very nice of him. Let me touch his board, he did. He's a good and generous man, that Travis Falk. So thank you to Travis for everything you do and for helping us here today. Dan, thank you for being here. And to all you folks at home, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting us into your homes. We will see you next time on the next Hockey Night in Fitchburg right here on FATV.